What is going on, everyone? Hope you guys had a great Friday night. It is January 15th, and it is time for the SmackDown post show. Tonight was a pretty good episode. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty impressed here. Pretty impressed. Logan says, I enjoyed the show, but I am still struggling to watch the product on a regular basis. Yeah, man, I feel you. I know how it is. Nova says, don't forget to ring the front door. Yes. Love says, Nakamania is in full swing. It very well could be. Very, very well. You know what? I need a ding dong. We need to get a doorbell. I'm going to steal the doorbell noise that they use. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna write that down in my notes. And we're gonna have a ding dong hello for the soundboard, just instead of just the woos. We'll have both of those. Anyways, how are you guys doing? It was actually a pretty good show today. Pretty solid. There was still some BS in there, like always, but for the most part, it was pretty good show. So anyways, I'm going to go through this list here and say hello to everyone who has tuned in from the beginning. EWE, how are you doing, my friend? A little roll call here like we usually do. Willie, Jacob, Eddie, Logan, Chloe, how you doing? Ashton, Alex Silver, did I actually miss a good show? Yes, you did, my friend. It was pretty good. First good SmackDown of the year, in my opinion. La, welcome back, my friend. Pac-Man, let's see you here. Brian, welcome back. Nova, good to see you. Just a normal account. How's it going, my friend? How are you doing? Sisis Gaming, Hoodie, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Raphael, Jared, Anthony, Jesus, how's it going, man? How is it going? Obi James, my friend, welcome back. Good to see ya. Cliche, how you doing, my friend? Pro Gamer, welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Good to see all of you. Logan says, Detective AOW, I'm always here supporting the boy, except when I have school. Then that's a yikes. No worries, my friend. No worries. I appreciate the support. Any kind of support, I really appreciate it. Even if that is just liking a couple photos on Instagram, liking a heart and a couple tweets, leaving some comments, thumbs upping a video, thumbs downing a video. It's all good, man. Subscribing. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate any kind of support. I really do appreciate it. Cliche says they're doing good with Shinsuke. Hopefully they don't drop the ball. I know, man. I know. Joshua says, I missed a good show, I guess. Yeah, it wasn't like the best show in the world. It was good, though. It was good. They had some good matches. Shinsuke Nakamura and Jey Uso was pretty good. Cesaro and Daniel Bryan, good as well. Flash, welcome, my friend. How you doing? Good to see you. The only thing I did not like is Billie Kay being in the Riot Squad. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind it. Jared says, I'm finally back. Work's been a killer. Glad I can catch this one. Welcome back, Jared. Welcome back. I'm glad to hear that work's busy. At least that means you're, staying busy, stacking some cheddars, making some money. All good. Leroy, I called Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens in a last man standing match weeks ago. Did you? Good job, my friend. I think most of us knew that Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens was going to be the end goal, but I certainly didn't think it was going to be last man standing. At least I don't remember saying that. But good call. Chemical Prisoner, welcome, my friend. First time I've been able to make the post show. Didn't see the show. What happened? It was actually a pretty good show. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. We will go over the show. We're going to do things a little bit differently today, okay? We are actually going to start off the show by talking about the show. Big surprise there. We're actually going to do that, and then afterwards, if we can chat a little bit and go through that. Obviously, there will be some chat about things going on during it, but we're going to actually focus on getting through the show first because it is a SmackDown post show. Anthony says, I prayed good enough for SmackDown being good. Well, thank you, my friend. We all appreciate it. Edwin says, do you think Owens can win at the Rumble? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think Roman Reigns will retain, and then I don't know. Talking about WrestleMania is pretty difficult. Logan says Goldberg versus Bork Laser versus Donovan Dickhead will be the main event of Nakamania 37. Oh God. What a match that would be. Kem is my friend on a game I play. Oh, that's cool, man. That's awesome. Small world, huh? Very small world. Brian says the cameras are fire. Shout out to the NFL. Yes, dude, some of the entrances tonight were incredible. Jey Uso's entrance looked incredible. Who else is Roman Reigns looked incredible. Apollo's. Those cameras are good. Those are some good looking cameras right there. Cesaro was going to eliminate Nakamura in the Rumble. I could definitely see something like that happening. Seth versus Roman versus Nakamura at WrestleMania. Interesting. Daniel put over Shinsuke and Cesaro within 2 weeks. What a lad. I know, man. I absolutely love Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is the greatest. He really is. The guy is just incredible. Incredible. Nate says, good show, eh? Yeah, it was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. Rocco says Jey Uso is going to win the Royal Rumble, and then Roman is going to take his spot at Mania and face Drew or Gold. Rocco. Very interesting. Very, very interesting suggestion or thing you got going there. That's very interesting because a lot of us have, well, I don't know if a lot of us have, but a few of us have figured that we would be seeing Roman Reigns and probably Goldberg in the main event of WrestleMania for both of the titles. I guess that would be the way to do it. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Asher says this may sound bad, but I hope Drew stays in quarantine longer so his match gets canceled. I don't see it happening. I honest to God, I believe that Goldberg is going to win the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry, but I feel like that's what they're gonna do. I know it. Vince McMahon is in his office. He's sweating. He's got a super hard on, and he's just like, yeah, Universal Champion. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah. Universal Champion Roman Reigns versus WWE Champion Goldberg at the Royal Rumble or at WrestleMania. Oh, both titles are going to get unified. Yes, Roman Reigns and Goldberg. Oh, it's such good shit, yes.
That's inside the offices of Vince McMahon. I'm sorry, Rated C. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is, man. It is. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm sorry. Jamel says Goldberg squashes the future while Daniel Bryan endorses the future. Absolutely. Richard says, bro, I need to tune into these more. Yes, you do, my friend. Yes, you do. We always have some fun here. Always having some fun. Logan says Goldberg is going to lose to Drew and probably win the Royal Rumble, and we'll have a battle of the spears at Mania. I think what, let me go up and get his name. Rocco. I think what Rocco said could very well happen. We need more Bryan versus Cesaro. Yes, we do. Nakamura for the WWE Championship. I wish, man. If you keep on saying it, it might happen. I already think it is. Yeah, I should probably adjust my demon voice a little bit. It might be a little bit much for Vince McMahon, but you know what? For now, it is.
It's such good shit for now.
Fine tune it later. I'm afraid that you are wrong. You said that everything that Roman touches becomes gold, and that's wrong. Everything that Daniel Bryan touches turns to gold. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Can't argue with that at all. It's funny how WWE can produce 3 hours of garbage and then produce 2 hours of great television. They do it all the time. Man. They'll come out and produce 4 or 5 hours of a fire pay-per-view, and then Monday Night Raw will be complete trash the next day. It's like, who wrote these? Did a completely different team of people write these shows? I don't understand. I heard that the reason that Goldberg is to fight Drew is to put Drew over. Vince said it would be to propel Drew to stardom. It could be. I don't think so, but it could be. Also, if Goldberg wins, he could be shattering Vince McMahon's record of being the oldest WWE champion, and he has also never held the WWE championship as well. They've been honing that in quite a bit. So I'm preparing myself for Goldberg to be the WWE champion. I really am. I'm not welcoming it with open arms, but I'm just getting adjusted to it. I'm telling myself now so that I'm ready in 2 weeks when the Royal Rumble goes down and and I see it go down on my TV. Maybe I won't hate my life as much because I will have had almost a month to get used to it. Do we need to do another goal counter? You can if you want. You can if you want. Everything AJ Styles touches turns to gold as well. That is very true. Very true. I'm trying to mentally prepare myself, but I'm just so paranoid. Me too, just a normal account. Me too. Raphael says, saw someone on IG bring up something interesting. Rey said to Dominik that if they were having problems with King Corbin, he knew who to go to. Cain Velasquez. Interesting. Cain Velasquez, I hope not, because I don't want to see him back, but I'm thinking it could potentially be Damian Priest. Could be Damian Priest. That's my guess if I had to make one. Felix says, I'm newer to your page than most, but why you censor Goldberg's name? Because I don't like to curse. I don't like to curse in public. Safwan, my friend, I see. My predictions for the Royal Rumble. They're still the same. Still the same. I got Bianca Belair winning the women's. And I got Daniel Bryan winning the men's. I'm sticking to him. Sticking to him. We're going to get Batista. Rocco says Andrade or Priest will help the Mysterio or Murphy. Andrade would be great. If I see a fat ball prick from the WWE, I will smash my streaming gaming room to rubble. Oh God, don't do that. Don't do that, man. It's probably going to happen. Someone says, what about Uso Nakamura or The Fiend winning? The Fiend, absolutely not. I don't even want to see him in the Royal Rumble, to be honest, period. I don't think he fits. Jey Uso, I could certainly see it happening. In Nakamura, I would love to see that happen as well. I think, personally, Daniel Bryan could probably win. He seems like the favorite to win right now. I think, I mean, it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard because there's so many different potential WrestleMania main events that I could see happening. I personally, for me, I think that Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan is a good one. I think that's the WrestleMania main event. As far as after the gauntlet match with them actually seeming to put a little bit of faith into Shinsuke Nakamura, I could certainly see Shinsuke taking on Roman Reigns or Drew McIntyre. I could see those happening. I wouldn't mind those either, but I still think the money is on Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. And I think Daniel Bryan could be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns as well. Ashton Brooks says, my pick is Cesaro. Dude, I would lose my shit if Cesaro won the Royal Rumble. That would be insane. That would be absolutely insane. Keith Lee, Jay, Bryan, and Nakamura will be the final four in the Royal Rumble, says Flash. Oh, that's a good final four right there. That's a good final four. Fantastic. Yeah, there's so many possibilities for the Royal Rumble. There really are. Marcel says it should have been Roman versus Shinsuke at the Royal Rumble. You know, maybe they're going to save it for Elimination Chamber. That's up next. That is up next. Just a normal account says Cesaro winning is
such good shit.
Yes, it is, my friend. Yes, it is. Can Keith Lee please come over to SmackDown? That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Corbin says, love your account, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, my friend. I appreciate it. Chloe says, well, I gotta go. It's our last day of vacation, so gotta make it last. Enjoy your post show and good night. Thank you for tuning in, Chloe. I appreciate it. Have a good last day on your vacation. Okay, let's see here. Will CM Punk make a surprise return? No, he will not. 2019-20 winners were predictable, but this year's kind of strange. At least right now it is, yeah. It is. SmackDown is light years ahead of Raw, and it's not even close. For this week, yeah. Riddle as new US champ? Yes, probably. I would assume so. Okay. Let's get into the show for a little bit, and then we'll talk more like open questions towards the end, and we'll kind of go over things as we go through the show here. So quick rundown of tonight's show if you missed it. Here we go. We had Roman Reigns wants a stipulation added to his match against Adam Pearce at the Royal Rumble. Show starts off with Jey Uso taking on Shinsuke Nakamura. Paul Heyman gets Adam Pearce to sign the contract for Royal Rumble, and the match being a no disqualification match. Next up, we saw Roman Reigns chatting with Apollo Crews. This was a crazy thing to see. Absolutely insane. Next up, we have Liv Morgan with Billie Kay and Ruby Riott versus Natalya with Tamina in her side. Next up, we had King Corbin taking on Rey Mysterio. I know everyone was very excited to see that. After the match, Rey Mysterio tells Dominik that they need some help getting some revenge on King Corbin, and he knows just the man. I think we all know who that could possibly be. The very first episode of Bayley's Ding Dong Hello talk show aired tonight. Bayley challenged Bianca Belair to an obstacle course next week. Poof on that one. Daniel Bryan versus Cesaro. Apollo Crews versus Sami Zayn with some possible Intercontinental Championship implications involved. Possible. Maybe. We don't know. Roman Reigns and Adam Pearce sign their Royal Rumble contract. Adam Pearce reveals that he is not medically cleared and announced that Kevin Owens will be taking his spot in the Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble. That is a complete rundown of tonight's show, so we will start it off here at the beginning. Pretty good show. Like I said, a couple of little complaints here and there, but you know what? It was actually pretty good. Actually pretty good. So anyways, like usual, we saw Roman Reigns starting off the show, but this time it was not a 20-minute promo, thank God, in the middle of the ring. This was way more fitting. It was quick, to the point. Roman Reigns said that he did not just want a regular match against Adam Pearce at the Royal Rumble. He wanted it to be a stipulation match, but he did not tell Paul exactly which kind of match he wanted. And he just handed over the contract to Paul Heyman, told him to go do what he does best, and he said, I will consider this taken care of, right? Pretty good opening segment. I have no complaints against that. I feel like, obviously, if at this point with Roman Reigns actually taking on Adam Pearce, I feel like obviously this match needed to have some sort of stipulation in it. I think that it was Sean Ross Sapp that posted it on Twitter. He said that Adam Pearce hasn't wrestled since like 1997 or something like that. So he would certainly need some help. Anthony says, is this the first time that Daniel Bryan has been in the Royal Rumble? I don't think so. I don't know off the top of my head, though. I have no idea. Should have been Nakamura taking his place. It could have been, but, you know, we might see that at Elimination Chamber. And, you know, one of the things that I think is important is that if you're going to push these people, then you shouldn't just shoot your shot, right? Straight off the bat. You should probably build them up a little bit more, make them a threat, and then when you want to pull the trigger, pull the trigger. But for them to just kind of see Shinsuke Nakamura in a good gauntlet match, pull the trigger, have him in the Universal Championship scene, just to have him lose instantly and then just be forgotten and banished to nothing, then, you know, that is not good. Raphael says, wait, what? 1997? I thought it was like 2010. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I read it wrong. Or maybe it was for a specific promotion. Let's see here. Probably one of the best moments of the year so far is the return of the Rising Sun. Yeah, if Michael Cole would just shut up. Jesus. Okay, I'm scrolling. I'm looking here. I'm trying to find what I read. Maybe I read it wrong here. Okay, maybe it wasn't him. Oh, it was his last WWE match. My apologies. So before this month, Adam Pearce's last WWE match was in 1997 against Tiger Ali Singh on Shotgun Saturday Night. There you go. My apologies. Remember why Roman got booed out of the building? Or maybe Nakamura can take on Roman after Mania. We can have a Cesaro versus Nakamura feud for Mania. Yeah, we could certainly have that. We could definitely buy some time for it. For these kind of situations, this is why they don't have challengers. They run through them too fast. So to bring Shinsuke up and Cesaro up, because that's what we got tonight. We got both of them up. Okay. To bring both of them up just to shoot their shot with it, have them lose, and then just kind of fade away is a huge waste. They should keep them to the sidelines. A third loss from Kevin Owens to Roman isn't going to do anything. Kevin Owens is fine. Kevin Owens is Kevin Owens, man. He can bounce back at the drop of a hat. I'm not too worried about it. But Shinsuke, not so much. Cesaro, certainly not. So keep these guys by the wayside. Let them keep getting some wins. It was kind of interesting because I understand that Shinsuke is going to be the face here, right? They gave him back his old music. So that's kind of hint number one. But later on in the show, we saw Cesaro making fun of Daniel Bryan, Otis, and Chad Gable once again. So Cesaro still kind of seems like a heel or heelish. Why would he just be bullying them backstage? So interesting dynamic. Maybe, like someone was correct. Maybe Cesaro is going to eliminate Nakamura from the Royal Rumble, or maybe Nakamura is going to eliminate Cesaro, and then they will have their feud. Hopefully, Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro at the WrestleMania would be fantastic. Fantastic. Big Chicken says WWE got to break up every team by turning on another. Like they could do a Ryback Zone, just have them part ways. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Chemical Prisoner says the bar was the last good thing WWE did with Sheamus and Cesaro. Yep. I miss the bar, man. I miss the bar so much. They were so good. So good together. I wish that they would put them back. I really do. The tag team division is just crap. And neither one of them is... this could change as of now going forward, but neither of them are really doing anything really important. So it would be very beneficial to start creating your tag teams for sure. Cesaro's first US title run was great. I think they're going to try to remake it. I'm fine with that. Except it would be Big E's. And I hope Big E doesn't lose anytime soon. Remember when the Big Show randomly joined the bar? Yes, I do, unfortunately. Edwin says, so I think Roman will face one of the following at Mania: Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura, Seth Rollins, or Jey Uso, or maybe Big E, but only if he's not the champion at the time, which I don't see happening. I hope that is not the case. I want to see Big E have a good championship run. He's finally made it here again, and that title has just kind of been dragged through the mud quite a bit. So I would like to see him have a dominant reign with it, defend it a good amount of times. They're not really starting off so great since they've already teased another match with Apollo Crews, though. And they also had the open challenge, but that just kind of fell through, I guess. Where's everyone's favorite uncles? I don't know, man. Where's the women's division? I don't know about that either. Sheridan says, glad to hear Shinsuke's old theme. Yeah, me too. If Michael Cole would just shut up for 2 minutes, that would be fantastic. Would have been fantastic. Nova says, I haven't seen Sasha at all. She was in a quick segment backstage with Carmella. She said, if I remember correctly, she said that she would give Carmella another shot at the championship, but she had to fight the sommelier first. So maybe an intergender match coming up soon? I'm not sure. Anyways, after the opening segment here, Jey Uso came to the ring and opened up the show, calling it Friday Night SmackDown, and then said, nah, bro, this is the Bloodline show. Absolute flames for that. I popped for that one. I love the Bloodline. I can't wait to see Jimmy Uso come back as well and be a part of it. I think they would be huge together. Huge together running the show. The Usos as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and of course Roman Reigns as the Universal Champion, just running the show and dominating everything is beautiful. Beautiful. Also, Jey Uso declared himself for the Royal Rumble. So obviously somewhere backstage, Drew Gulak was crying because he's the only person that's been refused being in the Royal Rumble so far. And this segment here, Jey Uso also called Goldberg. Huge pop for that as well. That was fantastic. I feel like 99% of us feel the same way about that. So that was good to see. One of the other interesting things that he said was that SmackDown was not enough for the Tribal Chief and for main event Uso. They want Monday Night Raw as well. Jey Uso says that he is going to win the Royal Rumble and that he is going to challenge Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. This is very interesting. Now we know what they plan on doing this year. This year, it's going to be whoever they want. So now the winner can actually be from either brand. Can be from either brand. So it really opens up the possibilities here of what they're going to do. Like I believe it was Rocco who said earlier, Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble and giving it to Roman Reigns would be kind of cool. Kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Also, on the other side, you know what? Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre or Jey Uso versus Gold. I don't think that's it. I certainly don't expect to see Jey Uso as the WWE champion, but Roman Reigns as sort of an undisputed world champion kind of works. I could see him doing it. And then since Raw is in the dumps, I could see them having the Bloodline float. I really could. Vince McMahon is probably in the back room, like I said earlier, just sweating. Extremely happy thinking about this. Imagine this. Roman Reigns with both world championships, Universal and WWE Championship. And then the tag team is so barren. It's so trash. Maybe they'll finally unify the tag team championships. Maybe Jimmy and Jey could win the SmackDown tag team championships and the Raw tag team championships as well. There you go. Now you have the Bloodline on both shows. And it would be crazy. It'd be crazy. I feel like that could be where we're headed. I don't know where Jimmy Uso is on his return or anything. Maybe Apollo could fit into that if he's going to be getting more advice from Roman or if he's going to be taking a role in this at all. I have no idea, but definitely some interesting things to see from the future. In the future, more so. Eric says last year Charlotte won the Rumble and she was on Raw and decided to go to NXT to go for the NXT Championship. So they've always been doing this. Yes, but they always make their own rules. So you can't rely on them to follow their own rules. You can't rely on them to do the same things that they've been doing every single year. They always change it up. So at least we know. At least we know, right? This year, for sure, the winner of the Royal Rumble can challenge whichever brand he wants. Whichever brands he wants. Another interesting thing to think of is maybe someone could win it and challenge for the NXT Championship. Send Daniel Bryan to NXT on a takeover. Have the NXT Championship defended on WrestleMania. I don't know. Lots and lots and lots of possibilities. What are the chances of Shinsuke holding some gold by SummerSlam? Hopefully pretty high. hopefully pretty high. Who's your pick to last the longest in the Rumble? I have no idea. I have no idea. Also, Asuka on Raw challenging Charlotte at WrestleMania 34. Yep. Malik says the camera, though. Oh, yes, it's so good. So good. So good. Ashton says Slapnuts just beat Humberto Carrillo on main event. Wow. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Wow. Cesaro for Iron Man in the Rumble. I could see that. Philip says, good night. I'll see you on Sunday. Thank you for tuning in, Philip. I appreciate it. Also, just an FYI for those of you, we will be doing a Impact Hard to Kill post show tomorrow. It'll be the first time covering an Impact show on a post show and all of that. And actually, at this very second, I did announce a winner for the giveaway tonight right before SmackDown, and that person has not reached out to me yet. So if they don't reach out to me by the morning, someone else could potentially watch it for free. So stay tuned for that. I will definitely keep you guys in the loop for that. But yeah, still up for grabs at the moment. Still up for grabs. Should bleep Humberto Carrillo's name too. That thief. No, that's fine. I think I'm just gonna reserve the beeps for gold. Big Chicken says Edge versus AJ Styles at Mania. That would be good. Raphael says Humberto getting the justice he deserves. 1, losing. 2, wrestling on main event. 3, associating with Retribution. It can't get much worse than that. It really can't. It really can't. It's pretty bad. Although it sucks that Humberto Carrillo is not on Raw or anything, because now I can't make fun of him. I'm not about to start covering main event. Are you crazy? There's no way. So it's kind of sad, man. It's kind of sad. I miss talking shit. I miss it. Now it's just like boring. Now Raw is just like actual trash, and it's just frustrating. There's no fun. Where's all the fun? They've sucked all the fun out of it. Ugh. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Just a normal account says Humberto Carrillo getting that sacrifice without Father Rollins sure sounds good. Yeah, man, I was so hyped when they were beating him up. I was like, yes. It would have been like the best day in the world if they would have like did the eye thing against him. That would have been hilarious. Rated C says, do you think Kenny will win the Impact World title, TNA Heavyweight title, both, or will he win other titles elsewhere? So I did talk about this on Wednesday. I'm obviously I have no idea exactly what they're doing, but my prediction, even before this match got changed, was Kenny Omega winning the TNA World Championship instead of the Impact one. So Kenny versus Moose. I think Kenny versus Moose is the more attractive match. I think the TNA World Championship is the more attractive championship. That championship is also not really supposed to be there, so it would be a good way for them to get it off. And Moose has been on fire from what it seems like. So Moose getting the rub from Kenny being in a world championship match against him, I think it's a win-win. I really do. And then it also benefits Omega because he doesn't need to return it. He could just relinquish it. He can just absolve it, unify it with the AEW World Championship or something like that. And there's no worries because, like I said, it's not supposed to be there anyways. So Edwin says, for the greater good. Yes, my friend. For the greater good. Yes. For the greater good. Rated C says, Rich Swann versus Kenny Omega is a fire. It very well could be, but me personally, I feel like Omega and Moose is a big match. Jared says, how would you feel if they drew out a Seth and Roman feud for a full year? Would you bring back face Rollins or keep the father gimmick? I don't know. I mean, I guess he would have to be burn it down Seth Rollins, wouldn't he? I mean, I guess that they could kind of alter the Messiah gimmick and say that, stopping Roman Reigns is for the greater good, that he's just a bad apple and he's got to stop it. That'd be fine with me. I don't have any problems with that. Seth has been off TV for a while. So my whole thing with Seth is if he's not involved in like a stupid, long, ungodly, boring feud, him and Baron Corbin was terrible. Him and Rey Mysterio was terrible. They both were way, way, way too long. So if they could just actually figure something out for him to do that's actually useful and doesn't actually just kill us, kill our brain cells, I'm totally fine with that. Judge says, I don't trust WWE with a year-long feud. Me either. 1 year is crazy. They can't even manage a 1 month feud, let alone 12 months. Edwin says, Kenny versus Paige soon. That's going to be a match of the year. That is going to be, that match could be a historical match, in my opinion. Paige is going to be the first one to kick out of the one-winged angel for sure. And Paige is going to be the one to dethrone Kenny Omega. It's going to be crazy. That match is going to be insane. I cannot wait for that to happen. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year, but man, that is going to be a good one. Leroy says, I'm not looking forward to this whole obstacle course thing next week. Me either, man. Me either. So anyways, like I was saying, this show started off with Jey Uso and Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura got his music back. It was incredible. You love to see it. You love to see a face Nakamura. You love to see a Nakamura get a push. You really do. This guy is extremely talented, and he's been wasted for a really long time. You know, I stand by what I've been saying for 2 or 3 years now. Shinsuke Nakamura should have been the one to beat AJ Styles during the whole no speak English thing. I really think that should have happened. Shinsuke was on fire back then. As long as if they would have laid off of the low blows a little bit, I think it would have been a little bit more bearable. I also think that they ran back a couple matches. Like they had one, and then they had one at WrestleMania, and I think they had one like the next night too or something. So if they could have spanned it out a little bit better and stuff like that, I really would have liked to see Shinsuke Nakamura walk away with the WWE Championship there. Rafael says, we've actually got plenty of challengers to keep Reigns busy until next year's Mania, when we would get Reigns versus The Rock, Cesaro, Nakamura, Rey Mysterio, Rollins, Bryan, Big E, maybe Black if he returns. I don't see Black returning, but yeah, I guess so. I would probably... Oh, you didn't include him on there. Never mind. Yeah, I think those people are fine. As long as Big E isn't the Intercontinental Champion. I'm kind of tired to seeing all the double champions. Like, I need a break from double champions. Rocco says, you should do how to book AEW pay-per-views. Yeah, I mean, that's something that I could certainly do at some point. I think I have a good grasp on what they are going to do, or at least what they should do. But it's just that the time spans of it is pretty difficult because Kenny Omega needs to have a long run. Who do you see returning at the Royal Rumble this year? Off the top of my head, I would probably say Edge is one of them. I think he'll probably return at the Royal Rumble again. With how much everyone has been like bitching about Carlito not being at Legends Night, I could certainly see Carlito being a part of it. That it's absolutely insane. I still see people talking about Carlito, so on Twitter and Instagram and even here. So I certainly see that happening. Jared says, will you play the AEW games on this channel? No, I will not be playing them here. Because this is just going to be pure wrestling like talk and shows and stuff like that. Any sort of gaming and stuff will be done on another channel that I actually already have, where I do all of the WWE 2K playthroughs, and I've done some Fire Pro stuff there as well. And since you mentioned it, a new game came out on the Switch called Wrestling Revolution, I believe. So I might buy that. I might buy it, and I might start a playthrough on that. I'll let you guys know, and when it happens. I still need to finish the Fire Pro playthrough I was doing. I think I have like another episode or two. It's the heavyweight one, and I actually think there's another story or career mode for Fire Pro. So Wrestling Empire. Okay, yes, Wrestling Empire. Yes, I want to play that. The game is goofy. The game is so goofy looking. A lot of stuff happens in it, like a lot of really weird things happen in it. So I think it would just kind of be a fun little thing to to do and play around with. I also am interested in picking up where I left off on my Fire Pro. So it's kind of the Fire Pro Wrestling promoter mode, like a GM mode. I really want to get back to that as well. It's been a long time, so I'm either gonna have to sit through and watch them all again to remember where I left off, or just start another one. So we'll see about that. But very fun stuff to play. That will be coming here very, very, very shortly. I will let everyone know about that when it happens. Thoughts on Moose replacing Shelly for Hard to Kill? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I don't know exactly why Alex Shelley was taken off. From what I understand, he said that he couldn't make it to Nashville, and he told them late last night. So I don't know if it's some sort of COVID thing, if he came in contact with it, or someone with it, or if he has it, or whatever. I don't know the circumstances, but I certainly think that Moose joining in on this really fits into my agenda on what I had planned for Kenny Omega. So I think it's fitting. I think it fits. Imagine the GOAT Carlito returns at the Royal Rumble. I can see it. I can see it. M. Dickey has made some of the greatest wrestling games ever. Yeah, it looks like so much fun. Like, it just looks so ridiculous that I have to play it. I have to play it. Ashton says, I still play Wrestling Revolution. Yeah, so that's the same game, right? Or are they different? Because Wrestling Revolution is on Steam, right? On the PC. And then Wrestling Empire is just the same game, but on Switch? Or are they different? Because if they're not different, I'll probably just get the one on PC. I feel like it'd be easier to play that one. But if the Switch one has new features and other stuff like that, then I will probably get that one instead. I think it's only $15 or something like that. What do you think of the up and coming AEW game? I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for it. No Hack says they are different. Okay. All right. So I'm going to have to look into it then. I'll have to look into it and see which one to get. I'll probably get the Switch one then. Switch one is very updated compared to PC. Okay, then I'm 100% going to get the Switch one then. Nakamura said in an exclusive interview that he is facing Roman next. Cool. Okay, so we probably could be seeing Nakamura and Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber. Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. Anyways, going back to the match here. Opening match, we saw Shinsuke Nakamura get a clean win against Jey Uso, which is very exciting to see. We also saw Cesaro come out during the match in support of his friends. And one of the things that I really liked here was that Michael Cole was taking some digs, taking some shots at Cesaro for not coming out last week and helping Nakamura when he was getting beat up. Cesaro replied and said that Tropicana Field is massive and that he saw it. And by the time he made it to the ring or to the entrance area, SmackDown was already off of the air and the dust had already settled. So it was kind of out of his hands, you know? Minute late and a dollar short. Minute late and a dollar short. So I really liked seeing that happen. They're kind of closing up things, kind of making sense of things. It's just these little small things that really, really change the dynamic of everything for me. Edwin says, hey, I know you like Yeezys, but did you see Reigns and them Bread Force? No, I did not. But I know that he's been stepping up his shoe game. I've seen it. I've seen some pictures a couple times. If you've got a favorite Royal Rumble match ever, what is it? Mine is 2018. I think it did everything perfectly, like the surprises, match quality, star power, and stories running through it. Which one's 2018? 2018 Royal Rumble. So Brock, Braun, and Kane. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to like tell him things like that. I mean, I was at the 2019 Royal Rumble, I believe. Is this the one I went to? Yeah, I was at the 2019 one. So I don't know, but it's hard for me. Like, I don't really have favorites of things like that. But then if Goldberg wins versus Drew, what are the chamber matches? I don't know. I have no idea. That's why I'm not quite sure what they're going to do. CM Punk, welcome to the building. Here we go. Some moves for CM Punk. I don't know. It's really hard to tell who's going to win the Royal Rumble. It is. It's really hard. I don't know what's going to happen. There's just so many possibilities at the moment. There's so many possibilities. I don't think that Gold is actually going to be in the Royal Rumble, though. I don't think that's going to happen. You think they could do an IC title chamber? Sure, why not? They did a tag team one. They could certainly do an IC title one or a United States Championship one. I don't see the problem with that. Who do you think is going to face Lashley at the Rumble? Probably Matt Riddle. Flash says, is it me or Graves and Cole were more annoying than ever? I wasn't really paying too much attention to their commentary. I was more focused on just comments and stuff. Chilling on Instagram, talking to people. Like a US title chamber this year, that wouldn't be too bad. Next up, we saw another backstage segment here with Paul Heyman trying to complete the task that Roman Reigns have given him, which is getting Adam Pearce to sign a Royal Rumble contract for a stipulation match. The match they ended up landing on was a no disqualification one, and Adam Pearce did indeed sign them. Of course, we had Sonya Deville by his side. Once again, very interesting choice here. I'm not quite sure where this is going. They teased that Adam Pearce wanted Billie Kay as his assistant, or that she could possibly be his assistant or something like that. I think that probably would have been the better choice. And I personally would have saved Sonya's return for the Royal Rumble. I think it would have had a bigger impact there than just having her randomly walk down the hallway. Daryl says, I'm here, AEW. I didn't forget, I was just getting clean. No worries, my friend. Welcome. CM Punk says that this year's chamber takes place on February 28th. So we still got a decent amount of time here. The Royal Rumble's on the 31st, I believe. They literally pushed it to like the last day of the month here. So after this, we saw the biggest, like the craziest thing on the entire episode. They went back to Roman Reigns after Paul Heyman had talked to Adam Pearce, and Apollo Crews was sitting in the room. My man's Apollo Crews sitting in the room with the tribal chief, the head of the table, Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Incredible. I hope this really, really does something for Apollo. Even this little rub right here, I think could do him a world of difference. If he's going to turn heel, we got some good stuff coming. Certainly could have some good stuff coming. The only thing here that kind of worries me, if Apollo was getting some sort of advice, some sort of guidance, leadership from Roman Reigns, and he's going to turn heel, what does that mean when he continues to challenge Big E for the Intercontinental Championship? Is this bad for Big E? Could Apollo dethrone Big E so soon? Or could we maybe sort of, this could be a one-off. So let me get that out of the way. This could very well have been a one-off, but maybe they go down the same road that they did with Jey Uso, where Apollo's getting some advice from Roman. He's trying to take it in, but he can't necessarily execute as well. So maybe he loses again to Big E, and it pisses off Roman Reigns. And he's like, look, man, I can't give you the guidance if you can't execute in the ring. You're not performing. Maybe they'll beat him up. Maybe they'll punish him. Maybe it will take Apollo Crews a little bit of time before he catches on, just like Jey Uso. Could be very, very interesting to see. Ashton Brooks says the island of relevancy, population Apollo Crews, 100%. 100%. Edwin says a no start of Big E versus Roman. Big E versus Roman is good. Big E versus Roman is good. Jay Wolf says, you blocked me on IG. What'd you do? What'd you do, Jay Wolf? What did you do? Bosley says, Goldberg versus Undertaker 2 for the WWE title at WrestleMania. I bet they're just waiting to pull the Undertaker out of retirement. I was honestly shocked that he wasn't at Legends Night. I thought that was crazy. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar Part 3. Have Heyman clients as both world champions. Be interesting. Would be interesting to have them run both shows, but I don't think that bringing back Brock Lesnar as a world champion is the best decision, especially with Drew McIntyre on there and all of that as well. Not a good look. Bringing him back to put someone over, I'm all for it. At any point, I'm fine with that. This year's WrestleMania logo will change again. Want a pirate logo again? Yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna do since this was supposed to be the Hollywood one. They're not gonna be in California. They're most likely gonna be in wherever they're at, Tropicana Field. So I'm interested in this Apollo Crews they got going. I'm a huge fan of him. Me too, man. I've been a huge fan of Apollo Crews for a long time, and it was cool to see him as the United States champion, but that feud just wasn't so good. It just wasn't so good. So hopefully they'll do better by him over here. Getting the rub from Roman Reigns is fantastic. So hopefully that will pay off here, and hopefully they'll continue on with things here. They won't kind of shove him under the rug. Big E should have an IC title until probably Mania or SummerSlam even. Yep. I would agree. Flash says, we didn't get Apollo in the Hurt Business, but he can join Roman. I think that's fair. I can't complain. Yeah, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. Ashton says, have a WrestleMania logo with the letters like the Hollywood sign. It was like a movie reel, wasn't it? I think that's what it was supposed to be like, because it was supposed to be in Los Angeles or something like that, but there's no way they're going to be over there. I don't know, man. I was just saying how you have a bias to AEW because you watched it more, then said sorry kind of sarcastically, then got blocked. I don't know. What's your username? Leave your username in the chat, and I will I'll see what you did. And then if you weren't too bad, I'll unblock you. I think AEW delay the Revolution pay-per-view. I have no idea. Edwin says, yo, wait, the Hurt Business versus the Bloodline would be insane. I'm down for that. Raphael says, what do you think of all the Ricochet rumors? Lots of sources are saying he's leaving, but he keeps denying it. I mean, that's what everyone always does. Everyone always does that. Jordan Marzos. Okay. I'll screenshot this. Okay. Everyone, when reports come out, wrestlers always deny them. They always say that people are full of shit. I don't know. I personally don't know. I haven't seen anything. I haven't looked into anything. I have heard that there's a couple people who have contracts expiring somewhat soon, and that they haven't re-signed, not because they don't want to be with the company, but just because they're holding out to get better contracts. So he could very well be one of those. Who knows? In my personal opinion, I would love to see Ricochet not re-sign and go elsewhere. I think he'd be a huge benefit to Impact or AEW, whoever would want him. New Japan, I don't know, anywhere but WWE. They haven't really done anything with him, and I mean, that just goes to show you, when someone with the talent levels of Ricochet is not doing anything, it's terrible. They don't know what they're doing. Journey to Wrestling is fun. Just started playing it. I have not even heard about that, I don't think, before. I guess I'll just screenshot this too. Screenshot that as well, and I will see. I'll check it out and look into it. I wouldn't mind playing some more wrestling games. Wouldn't mind doing that. I have a lot of fun, even if they're like, I'm not huge on them having to be like super ultra realistic, like 2K, the WWE 2K games. Like Some of my favorite old games are the older SmackDown ones that are very arcadey. I love Fire Pro, which is very pixely, you know. The 8K camera angle was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Speaking of Impact, how was their pay-per-view? It's actually tomorrow. Hard to Kill is tomorrow. Obi James says, I saw that Taya Valkyrie's contract is up this month. Interesting. I wonder if she will join John Morrison. Be very interesting. I could certainly see it happening. Next up, we saw, man, the incarnations of this match, man. We're going to see these until the end of time. Why, I have absolutely no idea, but this time we saw Liv Morgan with Ruby Riott and Billie Kay taking on Natalya with Tamina. I don't know what the end goal is here. Maybe throwing the straps on the Riott Squad. I don't think any of this is helping, though. That's for sure. Really don't think any of it's helping. This was a good match, though. I thought this was a great match. We've seen a lot of pictures, or at least I've seen a lot of pictures because I follow them on Instagram and Twitter, but I've seen Natty and Liv Morgan posting pictures of them training. They were training with Dana Brooke as well. So this was a good match. So obviously the chemistry was going to be there. They're probably working on some things. I liked it. Thought it was good. And then they went ahead and did the WWE special, man. They had Billie Kay running around, screaming, doing a bunch of things. She runs into the ring. Liv Morgan gets distracted. And of course, Natalya, being the veteran that she is, sees that she's distracted, and she rolls her up to get the 1, 2, 3 pin victory. I hate it, man. I hate it so much. I do not understand why they do the distraction roll-up finishes so much here. If their intention was to give Natty a win and not make Liv look weak, they failed. A loss is a loss. Getting distracted in the ring makes you look dumb. If you can even take an example from this show where Shinsuke Nakamura was out there wrestling Jey Uso. Cesaro's music hit. He looked back briefly, okay? And then was right back into it. That's how I would book a run-in like that. What does Shinsuke Nakamura do? What does he gain from just standing there and staring as someone walks down to the ring? Like, who cares? You're in a match. Focus on the match. If you feel him getting closer, getting in the ring, obviously, you would change up what you're doing a little bit. Focus on that. But someone standing ringside or something like that, someone running through the ring, and in this instance, Liv Morgan shouldn't be afraid of Billie Kay because she's on their side. So why be distracted? Come on here. It's getting frustrating. At least we only saw one of them on this show as well. Raw, we're probably going to see 30 of them. Probably. Ashton says the most devastating move in all sports entertainment. Yeah. It really is. You watch Ups and Downs as well. I've heard a lot of people talk about Ups and Downs. I might have to check that out. Yeah, other than the finish, I thought this match was good. Like I said, I think we're probably going to see the Riott Squad as the next WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. That's probably where this is going, which will probably end or start. My apologies. Start the feud between Asuka and Charlotte for WrestleMania. I think it's slowly going to start falling into place here as well. Next up, we saw King Corbin taking on Rey Mysterio. Why? I have absolutely no idea. Well, I guess I do know why. Because in the gauntlet match, Baron Corbin came out and attacked Rey Mysterio and Dominik before he got into the match. But why? Why? This is not what we needed to see. Looks like they might be trying to build up Baron Corbin a little bit. Maybe because Damian Priest is going to be making his SmackDown debut. And he is going to be going to beat King Corbin. I don't know. That's what I see from here. We saw another distraction finish here. King Corbin gets the win over Rey Mysterio. I didn't pay much attention to this match. It just doesn't make any sense. Backstage, we saw Dominik being angry, wanting to get some revenge on Baron Corbin. And Rey Mysterio was like, look, man, he's a big guy. Like, when has that ever stopped Rey Mysterio before? Fighting big people. He's fought tons of people bigger than Baron Corbin. Okay? Doesn't make any sense. But he was like, he's a big guy. We're too small to be taking on someone the size of Baron Corbin. So we need to seek help from someone. We need to find someone that can help us. And I think I know just the person. I personally think that person is going to be Damian Priest. We heard that he was supposed to debut, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, when Roman Reigns threw Kevin Owens off of the Thunderdome crowd area through the table. We were supposed to see Damian Priest be buddy-buddy with Kevin Owens and debut there to help him, but supposedly both Roman and Kevin Owens didn't want it, so they wrote it out. It was written into the script and was ready to go. So they canceled it last moment, so this is where I see them entering Damian Priest, which is kind of weird because if you think about it, Damian Priest and Baron Corbin are very similar. They're very, very similar. This is like the Spider-Mans pointing at each other meme that you see all the time going around. That is the first thing that comes to my head when I think of Damian Priest and Baron Corbin. Also, something to note is that every time they move someone up, they put him in a feud with Baron Corbin. Have they not learned that Baron Corbin doesn't do anything for anyone? It doesn't benefit anyone. If Damian Priest actually debuts next week or the week after or whenever to beat Baron Corbin or feud with him, Damian Priest gains absolutely nothing from beating Baron Corbin. It just doesn't make sense. Baron Corbin offers nothing. People think so little of Baron Corbin. He's not a good heel. He's just boring. He's way boring. This King gimmick is well over a year old now. It's going absolutely nowhere. It's time to stop the madness, and it's time to bring back the Lone Wolf gimmick. That is where Baron Corbin needs to be. That's where he's at his best. This other stuff is just legit garbage. Legit garbage. Ashton says, bring back the Lone Wolf gimmick. Absolutely. Daryl says, we need the Lone Wolf gimmick. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Bring back the Lone Wolf, please. We need it. He needs it. Because as this goes on, Baron Corbin just gets more irrelevant and more relevant as time goes by. He's not a good heel. He's not interesting. Yes, he has fantastic moves. He's a great wrestler. He's good on the mic. But the stuff that they give him, it's just so bad. It's so bad. Daryl says, remember Constable Corbin. Yeah, it's just been a huge downfall. Huge downfall. I'm sure he can recover from it eventually if they book him correctly, but man, it's just so brutal. This year's Mania host, Baron Corbin. Yeah, I mean, pretty much, man. Pretty much. I could definitely see that happening. Do you think Jeff could be better if he was a heel like he was in TNA? I don't know. It's certainly possible. Jeff Hardy, to me, Jeff Hardy's fantastic. All right, but Jeff Hardy hasn't really done anything great in WWE either. You know? He hasn't really done anything impressive. He's done some crazy moves and stuff, but he hasn't been in any meaningful feuds or anything. He was in that great ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship, but the match was good, but the feud was not. You know? So hopefully there's a lot of people on the roster here that need to be shaken up. They need to be given something interesting to do. Roman Reigns isn't the only person that's allowed to have a story that's good. CM Punk says, I want Jeff's Willow character to be in WWE. I think a lot of people want that as well. They really need to do something, man. They need to shake up these shows. They need to bring more life to them. This episode was great, but we'll see how they follow through with it next week. Anonymous says, I'm having a class right now. And you're here too. Gotta be paying attention in school, man. Gotta be paying attention in school. Ashton says his never-ending feud with Roman. Yeah, dude, the Baron Corbin and Roman feud was terrible. Oh, the only thing worse than that was the Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins feud. That feud, I swear to God, it was like 7 months long, and none of it made sense. None of it made any sense. I mean, Jeff has really done all he could in WWE. I think he's pretty much done. So the whole thing was, I believe this whole return is for a WWE championship run, right? That, and everyone wants to see No Words return. So if they're waiting for a crowd for that to happen, it's time to just give it up. This is the new world that we live in. I don't see it changing. I honestly don't see 2021 being much different from 2020. I really don't. So if that's what they're waiting for, hopefully they signed him to a very long deal. Actually, I think he just signed a 3, 4, 5 year extension, so they got him for a while. Raphael says Jeff Hardy is really underutilized. Considering how they treat all other legends, it really surprises me. Yeah, he just doesn't do anything. Doesn't really do anything. Sure, he has good matches, but he's fought Elias a million times now, and he got squashed by Jackson Riker. The whole running over Sheamus storyline was terrible too. Like, I just don't understand. Obi James says, where's Aaliyah and Buddy Murphy? That's a fantastic question. I have no idea. The worst feud I've seen was Rusev Lana. Oh God. Oh, the Rusev Lashley and Lana storyline was terrible, man. And then we had this fantastic build for Liv Morgan's return, right? They were like rebranding her. They were doing all this cool stuff. And then she just like walked out and was like, I'm a lesbian and I love Lana. Only for that to last for like, what, 2 months, 3 months, however long, probably not even that long. Only just to go right back to being in the Riot Squad. When I said a million times they should have never even broke them up to begin with. It just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. In my opinion, they should have a street fight, just like the street fight with the one-eyed Spot. My man should have fought against AJ Styles for the World Championship back in 2018 or something. Yeah. Where is Lana? Lana should win the Rumble. I have no idea. She's injured, quotes. I don't know. I have no idea. What do you think of Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy's new team? I don't mind it. I think that it would work. It's gimmicky, but I don't mind it. Matt Riddle is a fantastic wrestler, so Jeff Hardy's fantastic as well. So if it gives them something to do, if it gives them some sort of relevance, then I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. And they really need tag teams, so why not? Although it doesn't seem like that will necessarily be happening, I could really, really see Matt Riddle taking the United States Championship from Bobby Lashley at the Royal Rumble, if it happens. Obi James says, did they mention the Alana storyline in Liv's documentary? I'm not sure. I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. Daryl says, what happened to Cesaro's head? I have no clue. It looked like he was bleeding, though. Looked like he was bleeding. And since we are on the subject of Rey Mysterio and Dominik Mysterio, and also the topic of tag teams and Jeff Hardy and Matt Riddle, it's time to stop the nonsense and just make Rey Mysterio and Dominik Mysterio a tag team. Why have they been referring to this so long and they haven't pulled the trigger? I'm pretty sure that Rey Mysterio at some point did a backstage promo or interview where he said that he would love to be tag team champions with his son. Maybe it was on some sort of Raw Talk or Talking Smack. I don't know. But there is some place where Rey Mysterio said that he wants to be a tag team champion with his son. There's no good tag team stuff going on right now. The tag team scene is barren. It's non-existent, to be honest. And that goes for Raw and SmackDown. Why not put them together? They're not doing anything else either. So having them together would be perfectly fine. Especially until Jimmy Uso gets back. Which we don't even know when that's going to happen. Let's see. Jimmy Uso return. Jey Uso reveals when Jimmy Uso will return. This is on Sportskeeda. This was published December 20th, 2020. So Jay said definitely soon. January to February, I must say. So anytime now we could be seeing Jimmy Uso make his return. Saf1 says also remember the draft. Just a title switch. New Day and the Prophet should have had a match in Survivor Series for the unified tag titles, but nope. Yeah, that was weird. They literally just swapped titles. I don't get it. Yes, sir, says Darby Allin is going to turn on Sting for sure. I don't know, man. It will be very, very interesting. Very interesting to see what goes on there. Leroy says, I thought that Rey and Dominik were already a tag team. I mean, I guess you could consider them a tag team, but what I'm talking about is the sense of actually having tag team matches regularly and getting into the title scene. And at this point, getting into the title scene for SmackDown or Raw is literally just existing at this point because there's no other challengers. So I don't know. Maybe they should have a match against everyone's favorite uncles and beat them. And then they can have a championship match. I don't know. Well, I guess the Street Profits are going to be challenging for those. So I don't know, man. Just put them together. Have them wrestle in some tag teams. Put together some tag teams. You have Otis and Chad Gable as well. They're not doing anything, but they're training. Put them together as a tag team. Let's get some tag team matches going. If you're going to have tag team championships, you got to have tag teams. You got to have tag team matches. It's just how it is. Just how it is. William says that the Royal Rumble Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens still not forgotten that moment. Yep, Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Last man standing match. Last man standing match as well. Next up, we saw the debut of Bayley's new talk show, Ding Dong Hello. I loved the set for this. This was a lot of fun, in my opinion. I thought this was great. Bayley has really morphed into more of a likable, annoying heel than she was when she first was heel Bayley. I like this incarnation of Bayley very much. I love the set for Ding Dong Hello. And you all know, I mean, if you don't know, you'll know now. I was a huge fan of the APA, the Acolytes, the whole thing of them being backstage, sitting at the table, gambling, drinking, playing cards, and they had the door up. You better not come to them without going through that door first, and you better knock on the door as well. So it was cool to see that. I really like just having the open door there. It was fun. She made Bianca Belair ring the doorbell as well, so that was good. Aside from that, this feud is weird. It's really weird. Bayley's fantastic. Bianca Belair is going to be a superstar. So to do this just seems kind of weird. I don't know why they can't be wrestling, getting some matches. They've really kind of tried to delay this match as much as they could. So I don't know. Bayley ended up challenging Bianca Belair to an obstacle course next week on Friday Night SmackDown. So I have no high hopes that that's going to be good. Last time we saw something like that, it was the feud between Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn, and that was terrible. If you don't know what that is, consider yourself lucky, okay? Just consider yourself lucky. The moment I heard obstacle course, I just got like, it was like someone slapped me in the face, and I just saw, oh God, Bobby Lashley's sisters. Oh no, not Bobby Lashley's sisters again. That's the vibes that I got from this. So hopefully, I don't know, they do something a little bit better, but maybe we'll see Bianca Belair and Bayley go one-on-one at the Royal Rumble. I don't know. If so, I hope Bianca Belair gets a big win. She's going to be a superstar. I promise you. Bianca Belair winning the Royal Rumble and challenging Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. That's the match. That's the match right there. Pro Gamer says Cesaro versus Nakamura feud coming. I could very well see it happening. I could see them end up. We talked about it at the beginning of the show, but I think we could see one of them eliminating the other one from the Rumble and kind of having them, face off after that. Raphael says, because everyone tunes into their wrestling show to watch obstacle courses. Screw Wipeout and all of those other shows. If we want obstacle courses, we're tuning into WWE. If I want obstacle courses, I'm going to go play Fall Guys, okay? That's where I get my obstacle course fix. It's through Fall Guys. I play 20 hours of Fall Guys, okay? And I haven't won a single one. I haven't won a crown. It sucks to suck, man. It sucks. I suck. So I don't know. I don't have high hopes for this. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. I have no idea, but it's certainly not something that I'm looking forward to at all. Pro Gamer says Fall Guys fell off. It may not be the most popular game in the world now, but I'm certainly enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Raphael says I've won Fall Guys 4 times. Oh, I need your guidance, Raphael. I need it. I need your help. I can't do it. I can't do it. You should play Fall Guys with Flight Reacts. I'm not sure who Flight Reacts is, but I'm down to play Fall Guys with people. I need some guidance. I need some help. I need someone to come into the end with me and help guide me to a victory. I can't win that goddamn ice thing. It's like hexagon, but it's like 3 layers of ice. I can't do it. Can't do it. I always get so close, but I can't do it. William says, I'm a big fan from Nepal. When you goes live, everything I watch your... Thank you, William. I appreciate it, my friend. Obi James around 30 wins. What? Bro, I need you. I need you in my Fall Guys game. I need you to help me win. I need some crowns. I need some crowns. Jesus. It's nice that I didn't play in the beginning either when it was so popular, because I don't feel like there's that many cheaters. I think I've only come across one so far. So, not too bad. And that's on PC. It's on PC. I hope Alexa beats Asuka. I could certainly see that happening. Could certainly see this happening. Anyways, next up, we got a huge match for the night. Huge match. I was super happy to hear that we were going to be seeing Daniel Bryan versus Cesaro tonight. I love Daniel Bryan. I love Cesaro. You all know that I love Cesaro. I think he's one of the most underrated people on their roster right now. The guy seriously should have been a multi-time WWE World Champion by now. How it's never happened, I have absolutely no clue. It's insane to me. It's insane to think that this man has not held a world championship in WWE. This guy is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So you'll be very happy to know that he got a clean win over Daniel Bryan tonight. Clean win over Daniel Bryan. It was awesome. Incredible to see 2 of the people that you love the most who have just been buried, who have just been on the sidelines for so long. Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro both getting clean wins tonight. Jey Uso's been in the main event scene for what, a couple months now, 2 months, 3 months. So still a pretty big deal for Shinsuke to get a win over him. You'll love to see it. Eventually we're going to see Shinsuke Nakamura versus Roman Reigns. Should be a good one as well. I love Shinsuke Nakamura. I love Cesaro. What I'm hoping is, we've talked about it a couple times, I hope that these guys get into it and we get a feud between them. Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro at WrestleMania is huge. It's huge. I don't know who I would put over, but it depends. It really depends. I could see both of them going over. Both of these guys should be doing bright things. They really should. Both of them should be in the main event scene. So hopefully this time they won't ruin it and they'll continue to build them up. And if they can, keep them away from the title scene for a little bit. Just a little bit. Shinsuke Nakamura could probably be ready by Elimination Chamber to challenge Roman Reigns. That'll be fine. Keep Cesaro away for a little bit longer. Have him do his thing. Maybe have him start feuding with Shinsuke. Then, you know, the winner of that can make their adjustments there. But these two should be in the main event. They should stay in the main event. Also, alternatively, I wouldn't be mad at seeing Cesaro in the Intercontinental Championship scene. Cesaro and Big E could be a good one. There's a lot of good stuff going on there. So they really need to plan this out for the long run. And they really need to start booking for the future now so that they don't ruin these guys while they're hot. They're very, very hot right now. Vanch, welcome back, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you back. Daryl says, just know Flight React's basketball skills are equally as bad than these past Monday Night Raw shows have been. Basketball for what? Basketball for what, though? Raphael says, I know it's off topic, but what's your favorite Switch game? Have you played Breath of the Wild or Smash? I have both of them. I have played Smash. My favorite Switch game, though. I play Super Mario Maker 2 a lot. Super Mario Maker 2. I live on playing Endless Super Expert. That's what I do. In my spare time when I don't have like a lot of time to fire up like Xbox and play like Destiny 2 or some sort of longer game, I boot up the Switch. I instantly get into Super Mario Maker 2 and I just play some Endless Super Expert until I get super annoyed and I have to stop because it's super frustrating. I do have Breath of the Wild though, like I was saying. I'm getting back into gaming, okay? Very soon. I'm going to be reviving my gaming YouTube channel where I play games, stream games all the time. So if you guys are into that, I'll be posting that stuff soon. And if you guys want to play games together, we totally can. Totally can. I have a lot of catching up to do on Destiny 2. I at least want to get up to the 100 in the season pass. I think I'm at like 60, 68 or 70 something. So I still got a little bit of ways to go. There's a month left, but yeah, lots of stuff. I have tons of games. Tons and tons and tons of games that I need to play. So I'm just going to be like, I really want to just like sit down, like schedule my stuff for my work. And I literally just want to sit down and just start pounding through games as quick as possible. There's the link to it. I haven't posted something for, when's the last video I posted? 6 months ago. Ooh. I was waiting. We were in the situation where we were buying this house. So I wasn't able to really post because I didn't know when we were going to have to pack up and move and all this stuff like that. It was just a really busy time. But I'm back, so I need to finish the Fire Pro thing that I'm playing. And then, like I said, I have tons of games. It's BioShock 1, 2. I got the entire BioShock collection. I want to play Assassin's Creed Origins. I want to replay God of War again. I've already played through it, but I want to do it again. Breath of the Wild is one. I have the South Park games that I want to play. Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, 3, and 4. Crash Team Racing. I have the Spyro trilogy that I want to play through. Trying to think what else. There's a lot. Oh, I just bought LA Noire as well on the PC. I really want to play that game. I think that game's going to be a lot of fun. I bought Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. I bought Cuphead. Fall Guys streams, obviously. Lots. There's lots of games. Lots and lots and lots of games. Obviously, some Super Mario Maker 2 again. Just all sorts of stuff, man. All sorts of stuff coming. Even if they get rid of Bruce Pritchard, who's to say they won't hire someone worse? Very true, but who knows? Do a let's play of Last of Us and God of War. God of War for sure coming again. Last of Us probably not. I've watched someone play through both of them, so I probably won't do that. And they're super long, man. Super long. Raphael says Cuphead is so hard but so fun. I can't beat the final level. Yeah, so I played a little bit of of Cuphead. Not too much. So I want to get back into it and play it a little bit. It seems like a lot of fun, and I don't mind the challenge. I think it'll be fun. I think that's what makes it interesting, is the challenge. Remember when Strowman drove Lashley through the wall and a bunch of explosions happened? That had Paul Heyman written all over it. Yeah, that was the first one that was the first episode that he took control over. And man, they really went all out for that. That's for sure. You could instantly tell that the writing was different. Daryl says, are you a fan of the Uncharted series? I haven't played them. So I'm not sure. Shane McMahon should be on the creative team. I'm welcome to any sort of change for the creative team. They really need some help. King D says, I'm hoping for a new DC video game. There's a couple coming out. They have Justice League, or they have Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League coming out, and then they also have that Bat Family game that has Nightwing, Batwoman, and Red Hood in it. Looks pretty good. I also have Lego DC Villains for Switch that I do want to play as well for DC. I have Injustice 2. I did a lot of the multiplayer stuff, but I never played through the story. I always wanted to do it in videos, and I just never did. Interested in horror games? I have Dead by Daylight. Like an old version of Dead by Daylight. I haven't updated it in quite a while with the DLCs. I have that, and I have Alien. I've never played it. Seems like it could be a fun game. I have The Forest as well. I'm not sure if that's still a game that's going on. I think they made a second one. I have some, though. I haven't really played them, though. The Batman Arkham series is great. I'm ready for the new Batman game. Yeah, I have all of them, I think. I have all the Batman games. I wouldn't mind playing through them, that's for sure. I also got the Telltale series, Batman, I think. Bye, folks. Good night. Sorry, I gotta go. No worries, Vance. Thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to this Big E versus Apollo Crews feud. I would be more interested in it if they weren't doing title shots back to back to back. Alex says, you're not Sting, you're Tony Khan. Me? What are you talking about? I am the icon Sting. What are you talking about, man? Anthony says, have you played Spider-Man Miles Morales? No, I have not. I haven't played any of the Spider-Man games, to be honest. I usually just watch them. And this time I haven't even watched the Miles Morales one. And I don't have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X yet. So getting them was a lot more challenging than I had anticipated. I didn't care to pre-order them because I thought that you could I've always just gone in and bought them. I've always been lucky enough to do it. So I wasn't expecting them to be sold out and selling for $1,700 a piece. But also, even if they were available, I don't really want them right now. There's nothing that I'm dying to have on Xbox or PS5. Like, I have an Xbox One X, and it's perfectly fine. So when there is reason to get them, I will. Obviously, I'll be upgrading to the PS5 for God of War Ragnarok that comes out. That's a must-have. I wish feuds could leave the arena and go into other real establishments. Yeah, but I mean, you can't really do that in today's world. It's a new world we're living in, man. Daryl says the Miles Morales Spider-Man game is short. I don't know if I even want to get it. Really? Interesting. I haven't heard much about it. Usually I hear a lot about Spider-Man. Raphael says, have you played Ghost of Tsushima? I started today and I'm loving it. No, I haven't. I hear it's a pretty good game. I haven't seen much about it, but I don't really play PS5, to be honest. I don't really do anything on it. I bought it because of God of War. That's the only reason why I have a PS4. And I bought it way too soon. I thought that God of War was coming out like a lot earlier than it was, so I went and bought one, and then I looked it up and realized it wasn't coming out for like 8 more months or something. So I don't really have very many games for it. I have God of War. I have Batman, the Arkham one, the newest Arkham one. And I have another game. I can't remember what it is though. I only have 3. So, oh, my headphones There we go. Okay. But yeah, I don't really play PS4. My primary is Xbox One, and then I also play PC. Updates on Jay White. I have no updates on Jay White. Not at the moment, but I was saying I think it's a work. Ashton says Robert Stone, Tony Khan, and that guy from Sportsnet Now commercials are the same person. Arkham Knight. I think it is Arkham Knight. AW, did you catch the Carlito Hall of Fame? No, I still haven't watched that yet. I need to watch that, and I need to watch this this Walter and A-Kid match as well from the other night. Yeah, I guess that is an update. Jay White was removed from the New Japan active roster page. That is true. But like I said, I think it's all a work. I think it's all a work. But yeah, I need to get it. There's so many games I need to get into. It's been so long. I've been putting it off for so long. I need to just sit down and just go with it. Go through with it. And the longer form games, like I'm thinking like Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. I think they'll just be streams where I can just sit here and play them for like 5 hours, 6 hours at night. I'm up late. I'm up very late. So what I'm thinking about doing is having like videos, I don't know, probably like every other day or something like that, or every couple of days to get into the swing of it, and then upping it. And then probably after the post shows, I'll probably just do game streams. So I would end these, and then probably in like 5 or 10 minutes afterwards would just switch over to the other channel. I'd have to change over my OBS, and then would just be live playing Breath of the Wild or something like that. If Jay White doesn't sign with WWE, I'm going to be pissed. I wouldn't count your chickens, man. I think he's staying. Favorite WWE theme song of all time? Of all time, I like Triple H's My Time. That's one of my favorite songs. I love that one. I also love the Brood's theme song. Gangrel, the Brood, whatever you want to go with. So next up, we had Apollo Crews taking on Sami Zayn. This match may or may not have had Intercontinental Championship implications involved into it. With this, I'm glad that we saw Big E on this. Big E was sitting ringside on a big white couch in some sort of Ghostbusters sweater. And I think he had like a fruit bowl on him and a mini fridge sitting right next to him. So I love seeing Big E be Big E. That's fantastic. You always love to see stuff like that. With this match, Apollo Crews ended up getting the win here. That finish was brutal the way. So yeah, so Sami Zayn tried to get the pin on Apollo Crews by grabbing the tights. Referee caught it and didn't let it slide, so obviously they stopped the count. Then later on in the match, Apollo Crews pulled on the pants of Sami Zayn to secure the 3 count and win. Obviously the referee did not see it though, and after the match he went over, grabbed the Intercontinental Championship, and kind of stood there facing Big E. The only thing that really bugged me about this was the fact that they were like, well, first of all, the fact that last week Big E said that he was doing an open challenge tonight, and Apollo Crews had already answered it, saying that he was going to fight him, right? That didn't happen. They didn't mention it at all. And I'm just looking at the chat. Apollo grabbed more than the tights. The way Apollo grabbed the tights was not pretty. Yeah. As commentary said, he was knuckle deep. He was knuckle deep into Sami Zayn for that. Anyways, it was announced that Apollo Crews will be taking on Big E next week on SmackDown, and it will be for the Intercontinental Championship. The only thing I don't like about this is that they've already done it, so why run it back so soon? Why not save it for the Rumble? Why not do something else here? If you're gonna try to make Apollo Crews look strong, this isn't the way to do it. If you want to have Big E look strong and have a good reign, this is not the way to do it. One of these guys needs to lose. If that's a loss from a disqualification, if that's a loss from a count out, a distraction, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. A loss is a loss. So I would have kept these guys apart a little bit and had them collide maybe later down the road. That is just me. Les says, Detective, I hope you have an amazing stream. I gotta go. The man is out. Thank you, love, for tuning in. I appreciate it. we are about to get to the end here and probably wrap it up. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. Jay White might go to NXT. I think NXT is too crowded, personally. I think NXT is way too crowded. I think if Jay White goes to WWE, he's going to Raw or SmackDown. I think he is. Jay White is extremely talented, so he belongs there, in my opinion, as well. Did you just say a loss is a loss? Try telling that to their creative team. Man, I wish that I could tell that to their creative team. I'd be taking Sharpies and writing it on their hands. I would be writing it on the walls in their creative meeting rooms. I'd be like setting reminders on their phones. I like go in, set reminders for every couple hours, every couple days. It just says like, hey, reminder, a loss is a loss. Okay. Stop doing it. Having someone get tied up and counted out does not protect them. It makes them look stupid. So, main roster better start calling up some people from NXT. They really need to. But it's rough at the moment because the products are so bad typically. SmackDown did have a good show tonight, but for the past 2 weeks, it was terrible. So hopefully they're able to keep the momentum tonight. I thought tonight was a pretty good show. As far as Raw, man, Raw just needs to go away. Because it's just not good. Who's my favorite wrestler from the women's division? I like Bianca Belair. I like Sonya Deville, and I like Alexa Bliss as well. Those are my favorites, my peeps. I like Io Shirai as well. And if I'm being honest, I love this whole Xia Li thing that's going on too in NXT. That is incredible. So you can add her to that list as well. I could watch that all day, every day. Why call them up just to get buried? Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. They shouldn't be. But it's difficult because, like I said, NXT is getting too crowded. I think NXT is way too crowded right now. Some of those people should be on Raw or SmackDown right now, but it's difficult because the way that they book them, they're not going to survive. They're not going to survive at all. So it's tough. I think Asuka's facing Alexa next week. Yes, they are. Yes. Are they going to bring up Rhea Ripley? I would assume so. Pretty soon. I would expect to see her show up on Raw. Anyways, for the main event segment, I guess, if you want to call it that, we saw Roman Reigns and Adam Pearce meet in the middle of the ring for a contract signing for their match at the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns was not satisfied with a no disqualification match. That's not what he wanted. What he wanted was a last man standing match. Roman Reigns is feeling in the mood to just stack a bunch of chairs and tables on top of Adam Pearce at the Royal Rumble. And man, I got to tell you, this camera that they were using for the entrances looked incredible. It's beautiful. Just like the depth of field, like the depth in the video is just incredible. It looks so good. It looks fake almost. It's so good. Supposedly these are NFL cameras, I guess. But man, using them, it's so good. Roman Reigns' entrance looked really good. Jey Uso's entrance at the beginning of the show looked amazing. Apollo Crews' entrance looked incredible as well. Just these shots were just so good. And I like to see that. I like to see them changing things up. I would assume that they're probably going to use them on Raw, but one of the things that I think that they should do is not. And kind of have that be one of the main things that separates Raw and SmackDown, because technically we just have the same show. One's just blue and one's red. There's no real difference between them. Raphael says, wait, why is Asuka facing Alexa on just a random episode of Raw? Like, that's the one fresh match they've got in their entire division. My guess is probably because they are going to have Alexa beat Asuka and they're going to have a match. Probably. Oh.
Beats original product line were Beats by Dr. Dre headphones.
No, Alexa, stop. All right, I gotta mute this thing. My Echo Show. Okay, I muted it. I'm assuming that that's what they'll do. They'll have Alexa beat Asuka, and then they'll have a match at the Royal Rumble. They probably are dying to put the Raw Women's Championship on Alexa Bliss right now because she is hot, I guess, as you would say. Yeah, man, I forget that I have this thing because it just sits here. I don't really use it. Scared the hell out of me. It was like vibrating the other day when I was like 2 weeks ago when we were talking about it was on the Raw post show, and we were talking, someone asked me about Alexa and I had mentioned it and it like vibrated my whole desk. Yeah, wrong Alexa. Anthony says, imagine if it was Goldberg to replace Adam and beat Drew and Roman. Oh yeah, I don't think they're that delusional. They're delusional, but I don't think they're that delusional. Anyways, I think we all knew that this was coming. I think we all knew that this swerve was happening. Roman Reigns ended up signing this contract for the Royal Rumble for a last man standing match. Adam Pearce says, I've been waiting for you to do this all night, or some sort of wording similar to that. He got up, was leaving the ring, and as he was walking up the ramp, he started to limp, grabbing onto his leg, kind of letting everyone know that he was injured. He wasn't at 100%, if you will. Once he got up to the top of the ramp, he got on the microphone again, which was like broken. It was not working half the time, so I'm not exactly sure what all he said, but essentially what he said is that he is not medically cleared to wrestle at the Royal Rumble, and he needs someone suitable to take his place. And you guessed it, out came Kevin Owens. So we are no longer seeing Roman Reigns versus Adam Pearce for the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble. We are now seeing Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for what, the third time now? Third time? Fourth time? For the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble. Like I said, we all knew this was coming. Not surprised. So it should be another good one. Obviously, I think that Roman Reigns is going to retain. I'm not sure where they go after this, though. They do probably have Shinsuke Nakamura now. I'm not sure, though. I did see something. Oh, that's not a match. They just got declared. Okay. I saw a Royal Rumble match card with Cesaro and Jey Uso on it, but apparently that is only for them just declaring themselves for the Royal Rumble. Raphael says, at least Reigns versus KO should be a really good match. Kind of makes McIntyre versus Reigns a bit more exciting as well, in my opinion, since now we've got an all-out war rivalry match and an attraction match. McIntyre versus Gold. Yep. I'm not looking forward to that at all, man. Not looking forward to that at all. WWE should do more number one contender tournaments. I completely agree, man. Adam must have stubbed his toe. Yeah, there you go, man. Adam Pearce stubbed his toe while he was getting out of the ring, and now he's not medically cleared. So that was the show tonight. It was, like I said, overall, I thought the show was pretty good here. Hopefully they keep up the momentum. Hopefully we see another good show. What, we have two more shows? So we have 2 more episodes of SmackDown before the Royal Rumble here. Hopefully they, like I said, hopefully they keep up the momentum. Keep things going forward. I want to see more Cesaro, more Shinsuke Nakamura as well. A Damian Priest debut could be very beneficial next week. Next week's show, I think, pretty much writes itself. It could be a pretty good one. Pretty good one. Elijah says, Gold sucks so bad. Yeah, he's the worst, man. Literally the worst. I don't know why I do know why they brought him back, but they brought back Gold because they don't feel like there's any credible challengers to Drew McIntyre in the WWE Championship. Okay. Like, whatever. Ashley says, definitely better than the last 2 weeks. Yes, this was a huge step up from the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks I did not like whatsoever. I had no interest in those at all. Anyways, that is going to do it for the show tonight. I appreciate all you guys coming in here, hanging out, and chatting with me. It's been fun. Let me double check here really quick before I get off. The hard to kill code still has not been claimed. Still has not been claimed. So this is kind of weird. It's the first time that a code hasn't been claimed yet. So like I said, if I do not hear from the winner by tomorrow morning, I will be announcing another winner for the hard to kill giveaway. Be able to watch the show for free on Fight TV. Basically, I'll just give you a code. You'll be good to go. You'll be able to watch it. So I will let you guys know about that. Also, hard to kill is tomorrow. Huge main event. Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers taking on Moose, Chris Sabin, and Impact World Champion Rich Swann. Lots of good stuff there. So hopefully you guys tune in and enjoy that. I will be covering that entire pay-per-view. And also we will have our first Impact post-show afterwards as well. I'm not sure when the show ends, but we'll be live about 10 or 15 minutes afterwards, like always. And yeah, we'll be good to go. Be good to go. And then we'll be here for Monday Night Raw as well. Maybe a Q&A stream on Sunday if everything is lax over here, but I will certainly let you guys know. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you soon. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night, and I will see you tomorrow for Impact's Hard to Kill. Peace.
Woo!